My best friend, Anna, opened a studio specializing in handling mistresses. Little did I know, one day she would mistakenly target the legal wife of a wealthy man. I helped her apologize, offering gifts and pleasant words. But then, the online community dug up information, accusing me of specializing in helping mistresses replace legal wives. It was only then that I understood my best friend had been using my name to handle these mistresses. The moment I stepped out the door, I was assaulted with paint, then a legal wife rushed out, brutally stabbing me over 10 times. I died a gruesome death right there on the street. Before my eyes closed forever, I heard her relentless curses. "You monster! You stole my money, helped that mistress snatch my husband, caused my miscarriage, and got me thrown out of my house. You deserve to die 1,000 deaths." I opened my eyes again to find my best friend, Anna, anxiously pleading with me. "Selena, I mistook a legal wife for a mistress and gave her quite a lesson. Can you please help me go to her house and apologize?" The agonizing pain in my body had vanished. I was sitting perfectly unharmed on the sofa. I realized I was back in my best friend's home. As I watched Anna pace frantically before me, a sudden realization struck. I had been reborn. "Selena, what are you staring into space for? Hurry up and help me go apologize to that wealthy man's wife, or I'm absolutely dead." In my previous life, Anna frequently took candid photos of mistresses with powerful men, then sent them to their legal wives, instructing them on how to handle the mistresses. Each time she finished her lesson, she would beg me to visit the mistresses to offer psychological counseling, advising them to let go of the man and live a better life. I honestly believed she was genuinely kind, dealing with mistresses with a tough love approach. Conveniently, I was a psychological counselor, so I always brought gifts and offered a few simple apologies. I never imagined that, from start to finish, she was merely using me as a shield. If I hadn't been acquainted with that wealthy man's family, I would never have known she dared to mistake his legal wife for a mistress, then assaulted her with paint and taught her a lesson right on the street. And I, foolishly, was completely duped, simply believing she had made a genuine mistake about the person. Anna saw I was still frozen and shrieked into my ear, "Selena Zhang, are you just going to stand there and let me die?" My long-suppressed resentment finally erupted at this very moment. Indeed, Anna recoiled, startled by my fierce gaze. She clearly hadn't expected someone as consistently obedient as me to react like this. "Selena, what is this attitude? Back in school, you were a complete outcast. Only I bothered to talk to you. Now I'm asking for one small favor and you refuse? Is this how a best friend behaves?" My brother chimed in, echoing her criticism. "Selena, you can't be so ungrateful. You're just helping her go apologize to someone. Are you going to die from that? You've only lost a little bit of face, while she lost her entire love." Ha, I widened my eyes so much I thought they'd pop out. Her fiancé was stolen. It's not like I was the one who hurt her. But if I were to die an unexpected death on the street due to someone's revenge, it would undoubtedly be connected to her. And what's more, do you even know the fate of people like you? What fate? A hopeless romantic in the end is left with absolutely nothing. You dare speak to your brother like that?" My brother, livid, stomped his foot and dragged Anna away. I couldn't care less about that idiotic, lovesick brother of mine anymore. He had pursued Anna for 10 years, strung along by her without ever knowing when to give up. He always helped her, covered for her, and even provided lists of high society figures likely to be unfaithful. Anna and I had been best friends for years, even living together. In my past life, she exploited our friendship, using my ID to ask for my help opening a company, and then using my name to infiltrate high society gossip groups. She was highly active in these groups, claiming to specialize in mistress management and capable of resolving anyone's family conflicts. Afterwards, she friended several wives of moguls on WeChat, going out every day in black, and then calling these wealthy women every night. While I never knew precisely what she did, during that period, she was always decked out in designer clothes. Alipay notifications of incoming money rang incessantly. It was clear she had won the favor of these wealthy women, having helped them with countless issues. But then, she would ask me to help comfort and enlighten the mistresses. Perhaps she had already caused some major incidents, but I never pressed for details, simply seeing it as helping my best friend out of a bind. But I never imagined she would deceive me, claiming she had simply mistaken someone. She assaulted a legal wife as if she were a mistress, then, as always, told me to go to her house and apologize. Immediately after I, acting for Anna, offered apologies to the wealthy man's wife, she tragically jumped from a building, taking her own life. The online community immediately sympathized with her, launching a witch hunt against me, exposing my personal information, and branding me a fraud. They claimed the mistress-dealing studio was secretly coercing devoted wives into divorce, clearing the path for mistresses to take their place. No matter how I tried to clear my name, it was like jumping into the yellow river. My sins could never be washed away. My parents, deeply disappointed, cut off all ties with me. I wanted Anna to clarify everything, but my brother, in a rush, released the old video of me going to apologize, along with candid photos taken during the cheater-catching incidents. He tried to prove everything was my doing. Cornered with no escape, I planned to go abroad to find some peace. Anna then invited me out to eat, claiming she wanted to apologize. But the moment I stepped out the door, someone dumped a bucket of red paint on me. "Everyone, come look. This is the demon who helped the mistress usurp her place, destroying countless families." The pungent stench and the nauseating, slimy feeling didn't break me. It was only the pointing fingers and accusatory stares of the surrounding crowd that made me feel utterly humiliated and unsafe. I ran into the street, screaming, "I didn't destroy anyone's family. I didn't help any mistresses. You've got it all wrong." But from the surging crowd, a woman suddenly lunged forward, thrusting her phone at me. "Isn't this your chat with the mistress? Isn't your name Selena? And what's your studio called?" "Selena's Purity. I think you're more like a damned demon sent from hell. You tricked me into financial ruin and caused my miscarriage and divorce. Now you'll pay with your life for my unborn child." With that, she lunged at me with a knife. I couldn't react fast enough, getting a deep gash on my thigh. Before I could even utter a word of explanation, she slashed my throat. I crumpled to the ground, helplessly staring at the crowd around me, not a single person daring to step forward. Before I died, this crazed woman continued to stab me repeatedly, relishing in her revenge. "A plague like you deserves 1,000 cuts." Before my consciousness completely faded, I struggled, using my blood-soaked hand to scrawl on the ground. "I harmed no one. In this life, I will make that wicked best friend pay with blood, a price she truly deserves." While they were out, I gathered all the clothes and shoes I had once left at Anna's place and burned them to ashes. Then, I deliberately went to a salon, dyed my hair black, got a neat short haircut, and canceled all companies registered under my name. I also disbanded the rich women's gossip group, severing every possible avenue for her to exploit my connections. Sure enough, less than a minute later, her furious call came through. "Selena, what on earth are you doing? Why did you cancel my studio?" Hearing Anna's enraged growl on the phone, an indescribable joy filled my heart. "I canceled a company registered under my name. How does that concern you?" "But aren't we best friends? How could you heartlessly destroy my career? Stop it. I'm no longer willing to help an ungrateful wolf, especially not you." Anna was so furious she slammed her phone down. "Selena Zhang, you're targeting me because your brother dotes on me more than he does you?" I mimicked her tone, intending to provoke her further. "Anna, you're just jealous of me, because I'm richer than you." Anna was beside herself with rage. Those high-society wealthy women valued their privacy immensely, always coming to the studio specifically for her. And every single time, she refused to show her face, letting only her assistant greet them. But I had canceled the studio's business license and was no longer paying its exorbitant rent. Where would she ever find such a high-end, private location to run her studio now? Then, a weak, fawning voice echoed from the other end of the line. "Selena, after all our years of friendship, how could you delete my WeChat and disband the rich women's group?" Without another word, I hung up. Years of friendship, I might as well have fed it to dogs. From that day on, no matter how many numbers Anna tried to reach me with, I rejected them all. But I never imagined she'd use my old phone number to livestream directly from my villa. She didn't show her face, but she used my photo as her profile picture and my real name as her account nickname. "Sisters, today I'm heading out to catch a cheater, to teach a mistress a lesson." She strolled around the villa, her voice syrupy sweet. Oh, my dear wealthy sisters, the richer a man is, the more prone he is to infidelity. If you have any problems, just seek Selena's help. 20 years of experience in handling mistresses. The netizens in the live stream chat were utterly bewildered by her deception, their comments flooding the screen. We bow down to the young lady. Oh my God, people living in villas must only worry about dealing with mistresses, right? Sister, look at me. I'm obedient, skilled, not promiscuous, and I'll never give you mistress trouble. Is no one interested in the mistress who's about to get handled today? I really want to see the dramatic showdown. Anna beamed at the netizens' comments, not even bothering to eat. She grabbed the car keys from my villa and headed out. The moment netizens caught sight of the luxury car, comments surged like a tidal wave. Some even frantically sent gifts, desperate to get a private WeChat ad. I thought of all the wealthy women in my previous life whose families were shattered by mistresses. They were likely all in this very live stream room. Anna was using my name to live stream and deceive others. If anything went wrong, I would still be the one cursed by the entire internet. So I hastily drove after her. She live-streamed and I live-streamed too. She remained hidden, but I showed my face. I even recorded her entire journey, titling my stream, Witnessing the Mysterious Sister Exposing the Mistress. To my surprise, after just a few minutes of broadcasting, my live stream room exploded. The number of online viewers quickly surpassed 100,000. Bloggers from the same city also began to join, hoping to emulate me and capture an accidental encounter live stream. I followed Anna and parked my car, then watched her approach a luxuriously dressed woman and shout, "Mrs. Yang, being a mistress for so many years, don't you have a conscience? Mr. Huang has been fed up with a wicked woman like you for ages. If you know what's good for you, leave him immediately. Who do you think told me to tell you all this? It was Mr. Huang himself." After delivering her venomous speech, Anna turned to run, but I wouldn't give her the chance. I lunged forward and grabbed her, aiming to show the netizens in my live stream room what this young lady truly looked like. To my surprise, she was wearing oversized sunglasses and a black mask, completely concealing her face. Seeing me bring my phone closer, she reacted with a surprised gasp, then aggressively slapped my phone away, immediately ending her own live stream. "Selena Zhang, what the hell are you doing following me and live streaming? Who gave you permission to film me? You're completely covered up like that. How could anyone know you're planning to deal with a mistress? I'm just here to watch the show." "Are you blind? Look around. How many other people are holding up their phones, filming you right now?" Anna frantically glanced around, then quickly lowered her head. "It's truly my misfortune to have encountered you. Do you even realize I was almost killed because of you? You're so covered up, nobody can even see your real face. And even if they did, so what? Are you involved in something shady, afraid of being hacked to death?" Although Anna wore a mask, obscuring her expression, I could tell her face must have been beet red with fury. She stomped hard on my phone, which had fallen to the ground, and hissed, "If you want to gawk, move aside. But don't film me and don't speak to me." "Fine," I replied. Seeing my resolute nod, Anna immediately drove away. But she had no idea I had one final card up my sleeve. After she left, I quickly hurried over to Mrs. Yang's car, the very woman Anna had just publicly shamed. Mrs. Yang had been sitting silently in her car the entire time, watching both Anna and me. I pulled out my backup phone and quickly started a live stream. "Hello, Mrs. Yang, I'm Selena Zhang. I sincerely apologize for my best friend's disrespectful behavior towards you." At that moment, my comment section exploded. Comments scrolled nonstop. "What? She's Selena Zhang, so who was that person dealing with the mistress just now? Who cares who she is, at least she's handling mistresses. But why apologize? Is the channel owner going to speak for her friend and advise the mistress to leave?" I glanced at my phone screen. Anna was also watching the commotion using a secondary account. Mrs. Yang, seeing me still holding my phone, looked very displeased. "Are you another one of those persuaders my husband sent?" she asked. Realizing her misunderstanding, I quickly took out her and Mr. Huang's wedding photo. "Mrs. Yang, you and Mr. Huang have been married for almost 30 years. You built this company from nothing alongside him, developing it into the powerful entity it is today. Such a deep bond is admirable to all." She seemed surprised, clearly unaware that I had already done my research. I had traced back through the mistresses who sought Anna's help, thus discovering that the legal wife involved was Mrs. Yang. Mrs. Yang, when men have money, there are always countless women who will cling to them. You must be wary of those with malicious intentions. I believe in the steadfast love between you and Mr. Huang. If there are any issues, I strongly suggest you speak frankly with him. Mrs. Yang understood my meaning perfectly. She smiled and said, "Indeed, I'm getting old. My mind isn't as sharp as yours young people. Thank you, Selina. Next time I'll treat you to a meal." "You're welcome, Mrs. Yang. Please drive safely." Seeing that Mrs. Yang had clearly taken my words to heart, I felt a sense of relief. Meanwhile, in the live stream room, the debate over Anna's earlier, mistress-punishing, behavior raged on ceaselessly. I smirked and said, "My best friend probably just got confused about who the mistress was. Everyone, don't be too hard on her." But the more I tried to smooth things over, the more agitated the netizens became. Anna, furious, immediately called me. "Selina Zhang, what the hell are you doing?" "Oh, I'm just kindly helping you out. You can't even tell the difference between a mistress and a legal wife. If I don't help clarify a little, the netizens will tear you apart." Anna's voice trembled with rage. She gritted her teeth and spat, "What does it have to do with you? Do you always have to meddle?" "Oh, didn't you say we were best friends? I'm helping you, no need for thanks. A bank transfer will suffice." Hearing Anna throw her phone on the other end of the line, I felt an immense sense of satisfaction. The next day, I went to the studio I used to manage for Anna, intending to kick her out, but was met with a shocking surprise. Staring at the madwoman who had stabbed me to death in my previous life, I was overcome with fear, my entire body trembling, goosebumps rising on my skin. She had actually found Anna's studio. Thankfully, I had shown my face on stream, so she likely wouldn't be madly searching for me anymore. But then I saw her anxiously inquiring at the reception desk. "Excuse me, is Selina Zhang, the mistress specialist, here?" "Selina, are you looking for our studio owner? Our boss always wears a mask." We used to think it was Selina Zhang herself, but yesterday, on the trending topics, we learned it was her best friend. The woman was visibly flustered. "Selina Zhang's best friend, so where is she?" The receptionist, seeing me approach, quickly pointed. "Selina Zhang is right there. You can ask her." I calmly walked over. "Madam, were you looking for me?" she hastily said. "Didn't you contact me via WeChat, claiming to be a mistress specialist?" "You must be mistaken. I have never contacted you. This studio is indeed registered under my name, but it's about to be transferred." "What? So you definitely took my money before? You have asterisk to help me?" Seeing her anxious expression, I sensed something was amiss. But as I turned around, I saw Anna secretly peeking from the doorway. I pointed at her and shouted, "The one who specializes in dealing with mistresses is asterisk her asterisk." "Anna, your client is here. Come out now." Anna tried to flee, but I yanked her back. "You took her money and now you won't do the work." Her face darkened and she shot me a death glare. "Madam, look closely. This is the person in charge of this studio. She specializes in punishing mistresses. If you have any problems, just find her." The woman's face lit up with dawning realization. Anna reluctantly nodded, leading her into the inner lounge to discuss details. Not one to waste time, I quickly entered the surveillance room to monitor her. To prevent any further accusations, I needed to watch. "Why did you come to my studio?" Anna asked, annoyed. "Didn't I tell you to wait for my updates? Your husband and the mistress's current whereabouts still haven't been found, so why are you rushing?" The woman's face crumpled with grief, and she sobbed, "My child is gone. Now my husband intends to leave me with nothing. I'm about to be thrown out of my home. I gave you so much money before. Can you quickly help me find more evidence of his infidelity?" Anna rolled her eyes and said, "It's true you've given me a lot of money, and I have helped you get photos of the mistress, but you're not the only one asking me to investigate a cheating husband. We all have to follow the queue. Furthermore, your husband isn't an ordinary man. This investigation requires funds for connections. How about you wait a little longer? I'll definitely let you know if there's any news." The woman left, her face ashen. As soon as the woman left, Anna called the mistress. "Your husband's legal wife just had a miscarriage and is now making a huge fuss, demanding I investigate your whereabouts. Even a cornered rabbit will bite, you know. I've done such a big favor for you. Shouldn't you show a little appreciation? Same old rule, money's already transferred." I sat before the computer, watching Anna's smug expression, secretly thinking how utterly foolish she was. Then I shut down the computer and hurried outside. Anna angrily blocked my path again. "What are you doing here? This is all your fault. Otherwise, that woman just now wouldn't have found me." "Are you brain dead? Your studio is right here. You don't show your face, telling people to hand money to your assistant to talk. It would be strange if people weren't suspicious. And if they were they'd eventually trace it back to me. If you hadn't live streamed, following me that day, and then stubbornly dragged me out to meet a client today, my identity wouldn't have been exposed." HMPH, listening to this White Lotus woman's excuses made me absolutely furious. "You're truly a master of feigned innocence. Before, you used us to open the studio, asking me to lend money for rent. You haven't paid a single penny. You go catching cheaters, wearing my clothes, dyeing your hair just like mine. Last time, you even live-streamed, calling yourself Selena. Wasn't that purely to make people think it was me to attract viewers? And what's more, were you truly just careless and mistook a legal wife for a mistress? Or were you actually helping the mistress climb to power? You trick money from wives whose husbands are cheating to investigate mistresses, then turn around and collude with those mistresses to destroy the legal wives. If these schemes of yours are exposed, everyone will think I did it. Do you want me to take the fall for you? Dream on." I pointed at Anna and let loose a torrent of abuse. Everyone in her office was watching the drama unfold, and Anna, perhaps sensing their contemptuous stares, lowered her head, her face beet red, and began to wail. "You're talking nonsense." But the very next second, an Alipay notification chimed. It was a transfer from the woman who had just left. I even saw the WeChat message she sent to Anna. "I sold my house, please, I beg you to help me." I sneered. "If you're taking money, you'd better perform flawlessly. Otherwise, you won't even know what hit you." Anna's face remained impassive. "You don't need to manage me, and I have no intention of managing you. Just pay the rent you owe me. Otherwise, I can't guarantee this studio will still be here tomorrow." Anna snorted, paid me, then proudly flashed her bank card balance at me. As I left, I overheard her calling the mistress, reporting on the legal wife's movements. "That old hag is almost completely squeezed dry by me. I have a way to make her willingly divorce." Early the next morning, I saw my brother heading out. "Going on a date so early?" He glanced at me, a cold smirk on his face. "Do you think I'm a playboy? I'm not like some ungrateful people. If you won't help her, I will." What a truly loyal, hopelessly romantic fool. My brother shot me another glare, then stormed out the door, but he didn't know I was following him. At a cafe, he met the woman from yesterday. My brother flung a stack of photos onto the table in front of her. I glimpsed a man recklessly spending money in a casino. "Mrs. Lamb, your younger brother lost $50 million at high-stakes gambling in one night. You wouldn't want Mr. Liu to know you're secretly supporting your deadbeat younger brother, would you?" My brother smirked at her, while the woman's face drained of all color and terror. "Who are you? How do you know this?" "Who I am isn't important. What's important is whether you know your place. I advise you to be smart, retreat, and quickly get out of Mr. Liu's life. I've met plenty of money-hungry women like you." My brother cursed at her again, calling her a damned mistress, then left with a look of utter disdain, leaving Mrs. Lamb sitting there, her face distraught, utterly lost. What a performance. Anna had tricked my brother into showing his face again, threatening the legal wife into divorce. Before Mrs. Lamb could leave, I quickly stepped forward. "Mrs. Lamb, you've been tricked. Anna never intended to help you resolve your husband's mistress problem. Instead, she's orchestrating a way for the mistress to take your place and force you to divorce." She eyed me suspiciously as I sat down, then spoke with clear dissatisfaction. "You're lying. She already helped me find evidence. My husband is cheating." "Really? Then guess who sent that man who just left? What do you mean by that?" "Anna and I have known each other for years. Don't I know her well?" Seeing Mrs. Lamb's stubbornness, I scoffed. "You've only been in contact via WeChat for 5 years and you dare to say that? I knew Anna for over 20 years and still hadn't truly seen through her." I couldn't help but laugh bitterly. "Instead of relying on others to handle the mistress, you should confess to your husband about embezzling public funds to support your younger brother. Marriage needs to be nurtured. If exploited by someone with malicious intentions, it will quickly come to an end." "No way, my husband will never forgive me if he finds out. I warn you, don't spread such nonsense, or even as a ghost, I won't let you off." Mrs. Lamb glared at me with hostile eyes, then took a phone call and hastily departed. Indeed, good advice is wasted on the stubborn. That damned ghost. From that day on, I began to closely observe Mrs. Lamb's movements. I noticed she visited Anna's studio several times but never managed to meet her. In contrast, my brother was constantly in and out of Anna's office every day, helping her with various errands. Today, I secretly followed him and discovered he was heading to the wealthy man's wife's house once more to apologize. Anna had initially wanted my help, but after I refused, she set her sights on my brother. She had always only helped mistresses rise to power, forcing legal wives to divorce. How could she possibly have a repentant heart and tell my brother to go apologize? It was merely sending him to his death. Because this legal wife's younger brother was a known gang member, any retaliation would certainly not be simple. I watched as my brother, knowing he was going to apologize, still went empty-handed to knock on the door. When no one answered after a long while, he kicked the door open and stormed inside. If I hadn't known he was there to apologize on Anna's behalf, I would have thought he was there to pick a fight. I secretly hid outside the door, watching my brother arrogantly declare, "Mrs. Huang, regarding your husband divorcing you, don't dwell on it too much. Intelligent people know when to retreat. The mistress we helped you investigate before was far more sensible than you." Hearing this, I nearly burst out laughing. My brother certainly had a knack for comforting people, but he failed to notice Mrs. Huang's vacant eyes and pale, ashen face. Seeing her silence, my brother continued, "Mrs. Huang, I'm here today to apologize on someone else's behalf. If you can't even keep your own husband, don't blame others." My brother, seeing Mrs. Huang still unresponsive, muttered a curse under his breath, then headed downstairs and left. After he left, I saw Mrs. Huang, her face numb and eyes vacant, climbing onto the balcony. This is not good. She was going to do exactly what she did in my previous life, jump to her death. I quickly and gently moved behind her and swiftly pulled her back down. She looked at me in astonishment. "What are you doing? Let me die. My husband and child are all gone. What's the point of living anymore?" With that, she wailed and struggled desperately to break free from my grasp. "Mrs. Huang," I said, "are you truly willing to accept this? Your husband and child were stolen by that mistress. Don't you want revenge?" Hearing these words, she suddenly spun around, her eyes fixed on me, blazing with hatred. "It was you who harmed me. You helped that mistress drive a wedge between my husband and me. I was tricked into divorcing." "Mrs. Huang, please don't be mistaken. The person who helped the mistress wasn't me, Selina Zhang, but Anna, who impersonated me." I immediately showed her the candid photos Anna had taken in recent days during her cheater-catching escapades, along with surveillance videos showing her helping other mistresses deceive legal wives. Mrs. Huang's face filled with a grim determination, and she gripped my arm tightly. "What should I do? What should I do? I want to drag her down to hell too." I comforted Mrs. Huang, helping her to stabilize her emotions, then I started my live stream. Having previously live-streamed Anna's mistress-handling stories, I had already amassed several million fans. Now, the moment I went live, the number of online viewers immediately shot past 10,000. Hello everyone, today we are going to expose the true face of the mysterious woman who handled the mistress last time. Mrs. Huang, regarding this matter, you are the most authoritative person to speak. Please share your experience. Then I aimed the camera at Mrs. Huang, who, weeping, began to speak. "Hello everyone, I am one of Anna's victims. One day, I suddenly received a package from a studio named Selina's Purity. Inside were intimate photos of my husband and his mistress. That was when I realized my husband was cheating. That very day, I contacted Anna. When I learned she could help me get rid of the mistress, I immediately paid a deposit of 1 million RMB, promising to pay double once the job was done. Unexpectedly, one day she invited me out to meet. The result was that I drank a cup of coffee and then lost consciousness. Mrs. Huang's tears streamed down her face as she spoke. I quickly handed her tissues and gently patted her shoulder. She choked back sobs for a moment, then continued. When I woke up, I realized I had been humiliated. After that, my husband and his family also received compromising photos of me. My husband immediately demanded a divorce, forcing me to leave with nothing. My son couldn't even hold his head up at school because of my situation. Everyone criticized me, but I was in such agony. Every single day, I wished for death. Hearing Mrs. Huang's words, the netizens in the livestream room erupted in outrage. They began to expose Anna's actions, and the sheer number of revelations was shocking. Even the mistresses who had successfully taken their place shamelessly left comments on the screen. "Men are won by capability. If you lose, you should shut up and get out." Exactly. If you don't have the ability to keep your husband, don't blame others for coming in later and taking over. I think asterisk you're the one with the problem. Otherwise, why would Anna help the mistress take her place? Seeing such twisted perspectives, I couldn't stand it. No wonder those mistresses, knowing it's wrong, still do it. It's because their brains are flawed. All you wealthy women in this live stream room, open your eyes wide. Don't let these mistress-handling studios trick you, losing your hard-earned money and getting played for fools. Fortunately, most netizens were still reasonable. Some extremists began to hunt down Anna, releasing her address and photos. Many others analyzed her previous live stream video where she claimed to be handling a mistress, concluding that her tone was deliberately meant to threaten the legal wife into divorce rather than persuading the mistress to retreat. In an instant, countless netizens joined in, cursing her as utterly immoral. Comments about her specializing in helping mistresses rise to power continuously trended on social media. When the truth was exposed, Anna even tried to shift all responsibility onto my brother. I directly released the past chat logs between her and Mrs. Huang, along with the video of her tricking Mrs. Lamb in the studio. She shamelessly demanded money, yet repeatedly stalled, deceiving the legal wives, only to turn around and demand hush money from the mistresses. Her actions caused a storm online for 3 days. She was so heavily criticized that she didn't dare to leave her house. How could that be? I still had a grand gift to give her. I secretly used my brother's phone to send her a message. She, believing my brother had found a way to help her, happily went out to meet him. But the moment she stepped out, she was ambushed by men who doused her with a bucket of red paint. The pungent stench made her scream. "Are you crazy? Why are you targeting asterisk me? Go find Selena Zhang. That studio was opened by asterisk her." But the thugs ignored her pleas. They pelted her with rotten eggs because they had been sent by Mrs. Huang's gangster younger brother, explicitly to teach her a lesson. They even recorded the incident and posted it online, with views and shares skyrocketing. Netizens gloated over Anna's predicament. Now she was reaping what she sowed, infamous across social media. I was certain Mrs. Lamb, whom she had tricked earlier, would soon come to settle scores. Indeed, true to my prediction, that evening, Mrs. Lamb led a group of people directly to Anna's house. She fiercely ordered them to kick down the door. The deafening crash was so painful to my ears that I hastily tore off my surveillance headphones. Mrs. Lamb saw Anna acting as if nothing had happened, sitting calmly on the sofa eating ice cream. Furious, she snapped, "Fine, you dared to trick me out of my money?" Anna, unfazed, looked at her. "What did I trick you out of? I already got you photos of the mistress. It's because you kept coming to the studio that you stirred the grass and alerted the snake, making the mistress vigilant. If I didn't trick her into thinking I was helping her usurp your position, how else could I find evidence of her and your husband living together? You did that to help me find evidence of my husband cheating, so you deliberately tricked the mistress." "That's right, Mrs. Lamb, we've known each other for years. Haven't I helped you with countless things over these years? Which of your brother's problems wasn't I the one to resolve, and yet you believe those online rumors instead of me?" I watched Anna's manipulative face on the screen. She truly was a master of persuasion. With just a few sentences, she managed to calm the furious woman. In the middle of the night, she pitifully called my brother. "Brother, I'm so scared. Can you come over?" "What's wrong, Anna? Has someone bullied you? Wait there, I'm coming right away." After hanging up, Anna changed into a seductive lace dress. As soon as my brother arrived, she rushed to embrace him. "Brother, Mrs. Lamb just came to find me. She said she'd send people to kill me. What am I going to do?" "What? That crazy old hag dared to do that to you? Don't worry, I will definitely protect you." Anna pinched her own thigh, forcing more tears, and sobbed, "But you can't be with me forever. Let's go abroad. Can we move to a different place to live a good life, brother?" "What happened, Anna? Or should I send someone to teach that crazy old hag a lesson so she'll never dare to bother you again? You still love me the most, brother. Brother, can you stay with me tonight? I'm scared of the dark." Anna seductively led my brother, step by step, towards the bedroom. I secretly clipped this surveillance video and sent it directly to Mrs. Lamb. In my previous life, I was hacked to death on the street. Why should Anna get away with her hands clean, sleeping peacefully? I wanted to see just how miserably she would die in this life. But before I could receive news of Mrs. Lamb avenging herself on Anna, I saw a trending news report. Mrs. Lamb had embezzled public funds to support her gambling addict younger brother and now she herself was missing. I had a grim suspicion. My brother and Anna were undoubtedly behind this. When I saw Anna on the street again, she was intimately holding my brother's arm. By then, the scandalous news about her online had died down. My brother had also handled the previous troublemakers. The internet's memory is fleeting. They hadn't managed to crush her before, and now she was back to her old tricks. This time, she even used my brother's name to open a store called Redeeming Lost Young Women. I saw her, once again draped in designer clothes, strolling through a jewelry store, casually buying out an entire collection. Life was truly blissful for her. But before I could even make my move, her karma finally arrived. The police found Mrs. Lamb in an abandoned factory on the outskirts of the city. She was completely naked, covered in wounds, clearly having endured inhumane torture. Her mental state was shattered. At the sight of anyone, she would scream, "Don't touch me, I'll kill you all." Her family, after cooperating with the police, prepared to take her home, but a single minute of carelessness allowed her to escape without a trace. I was secretly trailing Anna in the shopping mall. The moment I turned around, I saw Mrs. Lamb rushing towards me, screaming, "Fraud, evil person." Seeing her crazed demeanor, identical to my previous life, I fearfully tried to explain, "Mrs. Lamb, it's not me, I didn't harm you." Before I could finish my sentence, she lunged at me. I stumbled and fell to the ground, convinced I was about to die. Unexpectedly, she bypassed me and charged straight at Anna, grabbing her hair and screaming, "You dared to trick me? You were the one who helped that mistress steal my husband, and you caused my miscarriage. I want you dead. Go to hell and repent." Amidst Anna's piercing screams, Mrs. Lamb brought her knife down. I watched the scene before me in utter horror. Mrs. Lamb, just as she had treated me in my previous life, brutally stabbed Anna over 20 times, driven by sheer rage. By the time the police arrived to arrest her, my brother couldn't escape his fate either. He was arrested on charges of kidnapping. It turned out that when Mrs. Lamb received the video I sent, she had intended to go to the police station to report the crime. However, her car broke down on the way, an arrangement made by my brother's men. Originally, those thugs only meant to use sticks to intimidate Mrs. Lamb, but a mentally unstable individual was mixed in with them. This person, without a second thought, directly kidnapped Mrs. Lamb, recorded videos humiliating her, and forced her to sign a divorce agreement. After Mrs. Lamb was rescued, she was consumed by a singular desire: to kill Anna for revenge. It can only be said that good deeds are met with good, and evil deeds with evil. Retribution isn't absent, it merely awaits its moment. Anna, a cunning opportunist who specialized in cutting corners to make money, finally paid the ultimate price with her life. After that, a new influencer emerged online, specializing in dealing with mistresses for free. She herself had now emerged from a failed marriage and frequently hosted explosive live streams tackling mistresses, hoping that life would never betray those with kind hearts.